Hey guys, Max here, and welcome back to Max Specs Builds, where today we will be taking a look at LEGO Transformers Two-Step. So, moving Mini-Me off to the side, here is Two-Step. He's this red down the middle and dark gray and light gray sports car. So, I went a little different with his color scheme. I wanted to give him something interesting. So, taking a look around the vehicle, on the left side, he is light gray. You got the little roof right here. It looks pretty nice. It looks like a very cartoony muscle car or like a sports car of some kind, but it looks really good in my opinion. Got these types of rims. I don't mind it. He doesn't look like he transforms really, besides like that hinge there, and maybe these clips. Like if those weren't there, you wouldn't think that this thing transforms. Maybe if this bracket here was also a little longer, that actually needs to be short for a clearance issue. But anyways, turning it to the back, you've got two exhaust pipes, taillights, the red stripe continues. Down here, you've got the little ducktail spoiler. Other side, it's dark gray. And this side, you have the fuel filler cap here, same hinges, same exact thing, just different color. And I really like this front end design I came up with. It looks very sports car-like, almost muscle car-like. The bottom, very clean. And the top also looks very clean. He does roll, like all my builds should. At least most of them do. And this guy he rolls really smoothly, to be honest. It's like he's a joy to roll around. Let's get on to some size comparisons, and then I'll show you this guy's gimmick. This guy's fun. Oh my god, I love this guy. I mean that half wholeheartedly and half sarcastically. Anyways, for a vehicle mode comparison, here he is with another oddly painted Transformer. Here is Heatbane, her black with the red stripe down the middle. Just kind of looks alright. They are the same exact length, so yeah, see. And they both have very sports car-esque features. Two steps like one stud taller, though. So moving Heatbane off to the side, here he is with Buster and with a minifigure. Now we can get onto this guy's gimmick. So I've never done this before, but Two-Step here, you may notice there's a stud here, and that's for robot mode. If we move Two-Step off to the side, I can show you the gimmick. Two-Step is a Headmaster. So this little guy is also Two-Step. I like the Japanese version of the Headmasters more than the American version. So my story is, this is the Transtector, as they call it. It's just basically a giant mech suit for the smaller robots. So really, this is just a mech suit. This is just a car, really. When Two-Step here, this is Two-Step, is not attached. So when Two-Step turns into head mode, he can control the bigger robot, and that becomes like the extension of him. So, just a little crash course there on the Transformers, the Headmasters lore. But yeah, that's the lore I prefer. So, anyway, but yeah, Two-Step is a Headmaster. So we'll take a little look at the little robot, and then we'll continue on. So, getting up close and personal with it. Here, come on. That'll do. So he's got this little transparent head. He's built on the Travis brick here. He's got little legs. He's got little arms. Turns opposability. His head can turn. His arms can move up and down, all on stud friction. He's got a waist rotation, just due to the way his waist is assembled using a T-joint. And then his legs can go forward and back. They are also mismatched, just like the car is. But yeah. So here, for like a little comparison, he's smaller than a minifigure. He's around like half the size of a minifigure. And here he is with Buster. So let's get on to transformation for this guy, and then we'll transform this. This thing's a pain in the butt to transform, but it's fine. Anyway, transform Two-Step here. You straighten out his head, and you fold his arms up around his head for clearance. After that, you basically just turn him around like this and rotate his waist to the side. Bring out the legs on the little slider joint and wrap them around, which will allow you to tab them. If you got to make sure it's straight, but you can tab them into the side of the Travis brick. And that leg just fell off, but it's fine. Tab them both in, and it'll look like this. Rotate the arms 180. And there you have the head. So, looks really cool. It's a detailed head sculpt because it is bigger than it normally would be on this spot. Only reason he is a Headmaster is because this vehicle had no way of fitting in a head with the way it transforms. So, but yeah, just taking a look around it. It's got the mono eye like all my builds do, to be honest. It's just very clean. Looks like a head. And yeah, sure, it looks like it may transform a bit, but that's because it does, and I'm not ashamed of it. Posability wise, it's kind of funny, but he can cock an eyebrow at you. So, that's fun. So, we'll move this little guy off to the side, and we will take a look at two-step proper. So, to transform this thing's a mess to transform. Not in the way that you think. You're going to come to the rear fender. I'm actually going to raise up the camera just a little bit. You're going to come to the rear fender, slide your fingernail in, and detach it. There's a stud right there. The same on this side. Just slide your fingernail in, and it's already getting sketchy. And detach. Alright, there we go. The gray side's harder because of this little detail, but what you're going to want to do is bow this out on the little Among Us clip, just a little bit, and then raise out this entire section. Ever heard of clearance issues? Yeah, that's exactly what this is. But rotate this brick here out. It's very rare that my Transformers ever use bricks, but it just happened to need one this time. So rotate that brick out, and then the entire arm assembly will come out like that. Perfect. Next, just rotate it around and fold in this section here, and just leave it like that for now. Now let's do the same on the other side. This side's a little easier because we don't have to worry about the fuel filler cap getting in the way. So we're going to slide it out a little bit, raise up the arm, fold out the brick, and then rotate out the shoulder. Now you have to be careful because the shoulders are just kind of hanging on. There's nothing reinforcing them, which is something I normally don't like to do, but it had to be this way for the transformation. Anyways, fold this panel flat and rotate around the arm. After that, you'll want to raise these panels up just to get them out of the way, and it can help to move the arms up too. So, next, we'll work on the legs, just get them done. So, I'm going to come around back to the spoiler, and the wing just rotates apart like this. And then the rear of the car stands up like that. Then come back here, and these little pieces here, they fold down, and those are his heels. So next, you can kind of just balance it out, stand the legs up straight, and split them at these ball joints, just like that. And those are the legs, just like that. Next, here's the fun part. This is the chest. So, to get this all transformed, what you have to do is you have to wiggle the axle loose. Actually came out really easy that time, that's surprising. But it drops down, like that. And then you should be able to rotate it around. Wait, actually, no, you don't do that in this step. You do that after you rotate the chest. So, next, move the chest down. It's also on a ball joint. And then you rotate that around. And then the chest will fold down and rest, just like that. After that, now you can rotate around the rear wheels. and then you just tuck it up into the back, which may cause the entire torso to fall off. Yeah, ever heard of clearance issues? Have I said that yet? Yeah, this guy was very ambitious with his clearances. Anyways, these top tiles might start coming up a little bit, so just push them back down, readjust the wheels if necessary, and that's basically it for the torso. Now let's just get the arm situated, and then we'll attach the head. So now just like that, we'll just rotate this down, and the arm will fall off. It's not supposed to do that, but it does. But anyways, just we'll just do it off. So pretend the rest of the robot's here. Just rotate around that 180. There you got an arm. Okay, you're going back on now. If I can tab it in. Yep, that fell off. This thing is falling apart. Alright, but there's one arm. There he is. Okay, it's one arm. The other arm should be fine. It's a little sturdier. So just swivel that down and then swivel it here. Perfect. Just make sure that stud's staying on. And there. Yep, the entire foot fell off. Oh boy. But there you have the Transtector / mech suit for the tiny robot, all transformed up. Now, all we have to do is move this back, take our head, and just plonk it on that little stud. And there you got Two-Step in his robot mode. And he's funny. He's funny looking. Alright, come on camera, work with me. But yeah, he's kind of funny looking. But I don't mind. The way I kind of intend for you to stand him is kind of like this. These shoulder pads turned up. Makes him look a little more natural. Or you could just, if you wanted to skip out, you could always just rotate the legs down like that, and then the arms look more natural. But I really think that he is supposed to look a little weird. I don't know. It just kind of fits his character. So, yeah. Come on, children. Bruh. Okay, now that we're done with that fiasco, we can take a look around the robot. So, looking top to bottom, his head, it's larger than a normal one of my bots because, it is made of a smaller robot. The chest is very clean. I like the way it looks. He's got a waist. It looks nice. That leads down to very clean legs. I like how the red stripe still works in this mode. And I like that how the waist actually is the other half of the hood in car mode. And it's just draped over by the rest of it. I think it's just interesting to hide that away. The arms, they got a little bit of kibble on them just due to the way he transforms, but I don't mind it. He's got big old shoulder pads. And he's got the rear of the car for feet. I was kind of inspired by Alternator's Blue Streak when I was designing this guy. Mine's the Headmaster, obviously. But turning him around, like I said, he does have a bit of arm kibble, but his wheels tuck up onto his back and are not in the wheel well, which is cool. He's pretty slender. He's got a lot of toe, not a lot of heel, but he needs these heel supports so the wheels stop touching the ground. Back, there's not really any backpack to be heard of besides that doesn't even count really, to be honest, to me. Does this need to turn around? No, but I think it looks better when it does. It kind of gets a little clearance issue-y in the chest area when it doesn't. So yeah. Other side, the halves of the car have mismatched, so you have half light gray, half dark gray. And then I kind of, on purpose, made the top of the head also mismatch. So I just thought that was neat. Plus, also, I think that the red stripe down the center, tying it all together, is still nice. So, in terms of posability, oh boy. His head can turn side to side. You can cock the eyebrow like I showed you, which is kind of funny. You can turn his face to the side so he's looking at you sideways, which is kind of funny. He doesn't really have any waist joint, contrary to how he transforms. It kind of locks in when you fold everything down. Shoulders, oh boy, this is gonna be fun. But they can go up and down here. You know, screw this. So the shoulder can butterfly in at the Among Us clip here. It can go up and down like that. It can go full 360 on the little robot clip there. It also has this hinge right here. If you want to like tilt it up, so it looks more like this, and you can use that as like your outward movement. But it's got the bicep swivel. It's got an elbow bend. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's bring in the rest of this thing. Oh god. I wish I had a way to reinforce the arms, because they really are a pain in the butt when handling the figure. Oh well. Yeah, it's the same for both arms. The legs, they can move forward that far, backward that far. Relatively uninhibited because there is no backpack. The foot can go down like this and up a little bit too. And then the heel spur can move to however you want him to be standing. So just standing him back up straight, well, as straight as he can be. Oh boy. This guy is just a handful. We can move on to some comparisons and then on to some accessories he has. So moving him off to the side, here he is with Impoundimus, who he's actually taller than. But oh well. Here he is with Heatbane again. With Buster. And with a minifigure. Anyways, now we can get on to accessories. So moving him back a little bit, we can take a look. So, in terms of ranged weapons, he just has like this pistol. Nothing fancy. My lore for him is he's just a street thug, so he's obviously a Decepticon. Well, not obviously, but he is a Decepticon, so he's not really interested in fighting the war anymore. He kind of just lives on Earth and horses around in his alt mode. Kind of an idiot. But anyways, that's his gun. So, basic self-defense. And then he has this chainsaw weapon, which I just made because I thought it'd be cool. So you can hold it two ways. You can hold it like this and use the saw more like that. Or he can hold it like this and use the axe blade on it as well. I'm going to put him holding it like this. So, more like using a chainsaw. But yeah. That's pretty much it for the build. This was all fun and games to make. Oh boy. Seriously though, like, I do enjoy having this figure. I'm glad I took a step out of my comfort zone and made something like a Headmaster, just so I can say that I have. Maybe I'll make a Power Master figure at some point. I kind of want to make a Lego Power Master Prime. Well, maybe. I also kind of want to make a Lego Armada Prime, because that was my favorite design. And if I was crazy enough, I'd make an Energon Prime, but I don't know how I can make that work. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. This is Two Step. I hope you enjoyed the build. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you feel so inclined. And either way, I will see you in the next video. See you guys. Bye-bye.